But sometimes we put on the superhero cape and don't take it off. Even Superman took his cape off. So sometimes we assign stuff to us that was not our calling. I've always been the provider. I've always been the lead in my family. It feels awkward. It makes me cringe for you to try to help me. Because I'm always helping you.
So
What you mean I need help?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
if somebody like Lamar came up to you and was like, yo, Jessica, I don't know how to take the cape off. How would you, as a therapist, help him with that clinically?
So the first thing I would ask him is that, who told you that you had to put the cape on?
Let's shoot a more production.
What's going on, y'all? I'm Bree,
Jess?
Lamar.
Troy.
and we are the Mind Over Matter podcast. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about. But discipline over desire.
Talk to us, Lamar.
I mean, we all have desires that might not go along with the direction the direction of our life. So you got to be disciplined. Like Troy not drinking. So it's like, you might want to go out. Did you not drinking?
No, I ain't drinking at all.
So you got to think, you're in another country. Your desire is, I want to drink. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I'm being disciplined in any environment. So sometimes that correlates to all facets of life.
But is this something going on like in your life right now that made you say that, or it just was like, this something I want to kind of dive into?
I think growth comes with discipline. That's just the meat of it. Like, if you don't have the discipline to, I guess, subdue your own desires, how can you grow? So you're gonna grow at your own capacity.
Yeah.
So when does discipline become self-respect instead of restriction?
I mean, in a lot of ways, relationship wise.
Yeah.
If you have morals and boundaries and you don't allow those things to, or you adjust them based on the person, then how can you're not in a growth state. You're basically disrespecting yourself instead of like, oh no, that person does something that I don't like, but I just, because I like them so much.
I want to be with them.
Yeah,
so
I want to
bad.
be with them so bad. Then you kind of adjust your, you adjust how
Yeah.
you do stuff.
Yeah.
That's why when I was dealing with somebody who didn't believe in God.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
tough. I couldn't do that. Not in this place, man. I couldn't do that.
No, yeah.
And to add on to that, I feel like everybody in life, when you like being ambitious and going for things, you call things called your humps. You know what I'm saying? And your desires are your humps for real. Like on my journey, when I'm starting to realize like I be in a loop of getting to a certain point that I can't get over because I can't stop certain desires. Women get in my way. You know what I'm saying? I'm going on 2-3 dates a day or something like that. It's like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm wasting time. I'm wasting money when I could be using that same time and energy to doing things productive. You know what I'm saying? It's like your humps may be different than mine, but the things that your desires are keeping you away from because it's blocking you from overcoming that or facing that. You know what I'm saying? Because our desires are like makeup for real. It's like it's stuff to take you away from the real reality of what you need to fucking get going. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I feel like once you conquer your desires, you get over those humps, and then that's when you evolve for real. Because it's easy to let shit go for real. Like this is the longest I haven't drank since I was 8 years old. And people hearing that like 8.
Yeah.
I've really been drinking since I was 8. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like middle school I used to go drunk, you know what I'm saying? High school, drunk as hell. So it's like I'm in this place now where I'm really sitting in who I am for real. Like you said, usually I get drunk just to have fun to go out. You know what I'm saying? Just to be more impulsive, just so I could like be like the older me for real. But now I gotta be like, damn, bro, like this experience is sober. You know what I'm saying? And it's from a whole different lens where I don't have to add nothing to it. There's no additive. Like I'm just really embracing it for real. You know what I'm saying? It's almost peaceful for real. Cause like, damn, I don't have to do that to have fun. That's not even fun to me no more. You know what I'm saying?
It's a closed circuit.
It's a closed circuit. It's like, damn, it is making me realize how much other desires I could just let go. Cause I'm letting this go. Shit, a woman don't stand a chance. You know what I'm saying? I gave up tequila, baby. You don't stand a chance with me, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could let go of things that I was holding on so long. Cause I'm like, I don't need that for real. Cause once you let go of something, you see the results. Like, why I ain't been doing this for real? You know what I'm saying?
I think discipline also matures you in a way that changes your desires too.
Yeah.
Because if you are not disciplined and you're just operating out of the flesh of your desire, you'll never really know like how strong that you could be to, you know, get through, or like you have this innate desire of like, oh, I want to be with this person, or I want to have sex, or I want to do whatever the situation could be. But if you never really challenge yourself to go without it, it's like, how would you ever really know if it's truly a desire or if it's just something that you're just so used to doing and it's bringing you this level of this, you think that it's bringing you a level of peace, but it's just a comfort and it's just like self-soothing just where you are in your life. So I think discipline definitely matures you in a lot of ways, and you will see, like Troy said, like once you are mastering those things, like I don't even, my taste isn't even that anymore.
Yeah. Discipline brings breakthrough though. I mean, dude, just bring breakthrough, because I mean, you gonna always plateau. Like I say, closed circuit. You know, if you don't open that door, you can't go out of the circuit. So you gon', like he said, Troy said, going in that circle. You in a pattern. You only can adjust the pattern by doing something that doesn't align with the pattern that you're currently in.
It's a lot that came out of that, and I'm like, I'm still stuck on what Troy said. Discipline is like, or the lack of discipline is like makeup or something.
Yeah.
That you said,
You
like
masking it with other things, for real.
that's so layered. That's layered. My discipline. I'm working on my discipline a lot because I wasn't very disciplined, but now I have the opportunity to do this podcast and create it more of like in a media company type of way, and I have people reaching out to me, making sure that, you know, to partner with us and things like that. But I got to make sure our systems are in place.
Yeah.
Correct.
And as somebody who hasn't ran a business like this before, you want to make sure that even if my systems aren't in place, I at least want to make sure what I'm saying makes sense. Because people have bought into a lot of my passion, and it's cool. Passion can take you so far, but then when it's like, all right, well, you need a link so that they can, you know, see what's going on. You need a payment place so that they can understand what they're paying for. So I'm saying, like, my discipline right now, it's been okay with the podcast as far as like putting episodes out and things like that consistently, but now the business piece has, and I think that's where a lot of us go wrong, especially in the Black community. We don't have our things together.
We don't know.
I think
Yeah, I
it's
would say
different
we don't know.
discipline with you though, because I think you were undisciplined in allowing God to move, because you restricted by control, because you keep trying to figure out, am I doing something right, but you haven't met a wall to say you're not.
Yeah.
So you creating mental walls. So your mental wall is saying, oh, I shouldn't do this because I feel like this. It's a control thing. I think you just got to kind of like let it flow. And I think you restrict the flow. So your flow, when you restrict the flow, is like in the river, you create ripples. And you create your own turbulence and conflict instead of just being like, I'm going to just let it ride.
Well, damn.
Then you gotta trust like the people you're around too. It's like you gotta trust the people you're around. I know it's hard when you like independent, but like you got some intelligent people. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't know something, you could lean on something like, hey Lamar, how should I go about this? And that's the conversation. But you know, us being so strong, independent, and young, we just try to figure out on our own. But like sometimes you waste time doing that shit. There's nothing wrong with figuring stuff on your own, but if you know somebody's information and business structure, hey bro, that's the reason we friends for. I ain't your friend just to say what's up, Lamar. You know what I'm saying? If I need some information about something, I should be able to call you and be like, can you help me on this? And if not, you might know somebody that can help me with that. You know what I'm saying?
Because the discipline in what you're saying could just be the fact of like understanding this is where I'm strong at. Like I'm strong in creating this content. I'm strong in the visionary piece, but the business part is not my forte. So I need to be disciplined in reaching out to Lamar, reaching out to one. If Lamar dropped the ball, okay, who I need to find. So I need to be disciplined in that. Your discipline may not be to have the business aspect of it, but to just be disciplined in the fact of like, I have resources. What do I need to do? Okay, if I haven't heard from nobody by Monday, I need to make sure that by this, you know, being in that regard versus feeling like I'm not disciplined in the business, because that could not be your calling.
Yeah, I feel like I do. I think that's true to an extent. Like I do block myself a lot, but like you said, I haven't hit a wall yet.
No.
It's like
No, you
I
haven't.
really create my own walls. Like even with the live show, I was like, Man, Lamar, we only sold 15 tickets. All right, we only sold 20 tickets leading up to the show. And then the show ended up selling out. So, especially essentially on Eventbrite. But that was I didn't think that would happen.
Yeah, but
So it's like,
you gotta know this too.
Yeah.
Discipline comes with you not being in authority.
I feel like I'm getting there. I'm getting there with, in my relationship.
You gotta
with
let
God.
that mental block. Yeah, if you're a believer, which
I am.
I feel like we all are believers. Then it's not even asking me or somebody that has the business capacity. It's like, what do God tell you to do? Because I might not be the messenger for you. That's just being honest. So sometimes your prayer need to be real. It need to be real exact. Real. It need to be, hey. And then again, when you say you might not have the business acumen or you might not know that, but it's like things that are unknown or unseen. How can you say that you don't have it? Because you've never done it before.
Well, I think I'm cool with doing a palette though. Like if it's something I want to do, I'm gonna do it.
Don't be uncomfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to stay too long on it.
I'm just
But,
saying.
no, I get it. But I know I get that. But I'm like, if I want to do it, I'm gonna do it, and it's gonna come out the way that it's how it's supposed to come out.
There you
just
go.
learn from it.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's
Sometimes
really learning
the
from it, though.
discipline come after that. The discipline comes be like,
it's-
all right, well that didn't work, so we'll do it like this next
sure.
time.
That's easy though.
Yeah.
Y'all let it go.
Be resilient.
Yeah. When does independence turn into emotional armor? I feel like that's the story of my life. Independent, because you're so independent to where if you do get advice from somebody, it's almost like a paranoia thing. Like, are they telling me this just because they want to take advantage of me? Or like, are they telling me the wrong thing on purpose? But that's because I grew up with a mom who was just like very paranoid. So my independence, I do turn it into I'm just now letting people like kind of help me with things.
I think that's a trauma though. I mean, you're
Yeah, I
trauma
was just
response.
about to say that.
Because
Yeah.
independence is like if you're going through an emotional thing that you probably can't handle on your own, and if you feel that you have to isolate yourself in order to go through that, I think that you have a trauma of letting people in. You don't want to be vulnerable. Vulnerability doesn't come. It's an emotion. Like I'm not like you saying. You already emotionally attached to a certain circumstance, so you kind of like I'm not gonna do that. My trauma is from my family. It's like the root. Until you dig the root up, you can't like. It's hard to navigate when you already have something that's holding you back.
And from my point of view with stuff like with the whole sediment or whatever you said, though, it's like it's hard for you to be vulnerable for real with that stuff. Like I know for me growing up, I always did for people. So I never was comfortable with people doing for me for real. So it felt awkward like, Troy, you need something? I'd be like, nah, I'm good. Knowing I need it, but I'm so used to doing for everybody else. I'm like, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? But in return, I never put myself out there or let anybody did it for me. So they even reflected in me in my relationship with women and stuff. It's like they'll be trying to do for me, and I'd be like, nah, I got this. Trying to be so, not even macho, but just that's just who I made myself be like providing. To like, it made me fall, and I didn't know how to handle that to where it bruised my ego. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm trying to run away from that because you seeing me in a position I don't like being. I'm vulnerable for real. You know what I'm saying? And I lost some good girls because they just trying to take care of me and do what they supposed to do, but I don't want them to see me in that light because it made me
environment though too.
Yeah. It's like, so even with my daughter, like she got a big heart. You know what I'm saying? She getting money now for selling cookies. So she like to buy stuff for like people, you know what I'm saying? Because she's like, I do it for you. So I had to tell her like, it's cool to offer, but make sure they putting stuff up too though. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to get to that point where you feel like you got to keep doing for somebody, and then you feel bad with saying no. Like, and setting boundaries with stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like my problem was I never set boundaries with my friends and my family. So they'll always ask, and I'm like, I got you. Like, I put myself and my daughter last to make sure they're straight. You know what I'm saying? And they weren't intentional, but it's like, I'm just trying to hold it down for them. But it's like, it ruined me financially for real, because I never made time for me for real. So like, it definitely put an armor on you to now you feel used, and like, you feel like people never care about you. So now, everybody you account to now is like, I don't even want to deal with
Yeah.
this. You know what I'm saying? You know, like that old black person, like that old black person. You like, why he so mean?
and
Because he
bitter.
dealt
Like
with
when they
niggas
come
for-
to you,
you
you
feel me? Like,
already know
why
what
you
they
always got
want.
an attitude? Because you
Yeah.
dealt with niggas for long. It's like,
Yeah.
you look at people like a prototype. Like, I could meet you, but I'm like, I know somebody just like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I done seen this game before.
Yeah.
So now you come resist to it, and now you got an armor around yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's my breakdown.
But I was looking at a post last week, and it said, but sometimes we put on the superhero cape and don't take it off. Even Superman took his cape off. So sometimes we assign stuff to us that was not our calling. Because I felt the same way about how Troy feel is, I've always been the provider. I've always been the lead in my family. So it's like, it feels awkward. It makes me cringe for you to try to help me. Because I'm
me
always
too. Yeah.
helping you.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? So
Same.
it's like
Yeah.
I don't even have it's not even, you only have the capacity to allow, or have that space to allow
Yeah.
people come in, because you it's like, who's helping Superman?
Yeah.
You can't, like, nobody's helping Superman. So
what you
it's-
mean I need help?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You almost feel like,
the audacity
yeah,
of
they're
you
like,
saying
what you
that I
mean?
need
Like,
your
you
help.
gonna help me? It's like, how
But it's like,
no.
again, sometimes
Yeah.
we choose to take on roles that we're not assigned to. So sometimes it's like, you know, you can't be the hero all the time.
Right.
No one is.
Yeah.
And I think that goes with having good community around you. When you don't have community to remind you, because I feel like for a long time I took on the mindset of like, I'm the strong friend. Like, I'm the person that everybody comes to. And it's not that it wasn't it wasn't that people didn't come to me a lot and want advice and different things, but sometimes I felt like I couldn't do the same. But that was really because I took that on. And when I started breaking down and saying like, hey, I'm not okay. Like, I'm really not okay. It was like, okay, Jessica, like, talk about it. Like, you have a space to do that. So I think, like Lamar said, a lot of times we take on these roles, and whether it's maybe we don't, sometimes you don't have the best community around you or people to actually see you not being okay, or being able to say like, hey, like, how's your spirit? Like, what is it that you need? But yeah, I think for me, having that community around me that just allowed me to take the cape off, to realize like, and then seeing the benefit of it too, because I can't really say that I've had a lot of moments in my life where I have put the cape off, taken the cape off, been super vulnerable with somebody, and then like they used it against me or they did something with it. So my experiences have taught me that you're really worse off if you don't say something than it is if you do. And now I see like, okay, like I feel lighter after this. I feel like I can take on more now because I have a space to release.
I mean, I kind of want to dig into this a little bit because it's an interesting topic to me, and I think that your experience as a mental health therapist, I think I would want to know, like, if somebody like Lamar came up to you and was like, yo, Jessica, I don't know how to take the cape off. How would you, as a therapist, that or like express how he could do that or help him with that clinically?
So the first thing I would ask him is that, who told you that you had to put the cape on? So we would start from there. Like, what was the first time that you had to put the cape on? And if he could take it back to, I was 8 and my brother, this happened and I had to do that. And we would go through that cycle of like, okay, how many more layers did you have to, okay, you was 8, you were 9, it was this, and now you're Superman.
It's a trigger.
Now you're Superman. So we would go back to that, because a lot of times when trauma happens, I tell people all the time, as you get older, you can be 30, 40, whatever, but that age that the trauma originally happened, whenever that situation comes up or something reminds you of that, you're not dealing with that as the 31-year-old. It's the 8-year-old that's coming up. So now we will be doing something what's called parts work, where we will be going back and identifying and healing that little boy, because every time that comes up, this is when we see like men operating like when they're irate or like something happens and it's like all these emotions. We're not dealing with the person that you're looking at. It's like, no, because that 8-year-old in him or wherever that trauma started, they're like, nah, what's up? Because I'm up now. Like, ain't nobody stopping me. And it's like, if you are not in control of that or have healed him to go back to say, hey, I know somebody didn't have you then, but I got us now, that little boy is going to run rampant. And so it may not be like a anger piece in this regard, but it's still something that we got to go back to let him know that he can rest, because that's where the cape is coming from, not the person that you're seeing right now.
Yeah, and I feel like when people go through trauma and end up, I don't want to say it's like successful, that's like your ego take over for real, and then like it be dominant, and then it's like you lean on that so much you don't even know who you are no more. 'Cause like that even happened with me. Like I was going through so much, it's like I gotta lean on who the world see me as. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then that's when it be like, you be like, damn, you don't even have time to breathe for real. It's like I went through a shroom trip, and then that's when I really just relieve everything. I was just crying like, bro, what the fuck happened to me? You know what I'm saying? It made me, but it's like thing after thing after thing, and you just keep being strong and just keep moving through it. And then like, as you keep being successful with it, it numbs you to your trauma for real. Cause like, damn, I'm still doing good. You know what I'm saying? It must ain't hurt me that much to goddamn go through it. Cause I'm still doing better. But it's like, that shit holds you back. Cause like, you don't never get over that for real. You can never be your true self. Cause I was leaning on my ego so hard. I was like, it made me disgusted to the point though. You know what I'm saying? And it, like, I don't even know where I was going with that joint though, but yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think I had to slow myself down and actually process. Because as an entrepreneur, I'm doing so many things that happened and I never dealt with it. Like, I'm still moving on. So sometimes you gotta like slow yourself down and actually process what happened instead of being like, because what happens a lot of time, like she said, the 8-year-old comes out. That's you, because you put dirt on it, and you think just because as time went on, that dirt is supposed to suppress the feelings, and then you have that eruption where you figuring like, oh, how did I get here? Well, you got here because you kept moving forward instead of actually, you still gotta. It's like, how they say you got soul ties. It's like your body, your spirit is being stretched from back then to now. So now look at that time span, that how I didn't process all this, and it affected all these intangibles throughout my life. Like if you look at it on like a timeline, it's like, okay, like she said, that happened at 8, but then this happened at 10, and it comes from
layered,
it stems
stacked
from that. You know what I'm saying? So now you just got like a tailwind of things that you have to now fully process. And how do you navigate that process?
And it's scary when you go through it and you see it on people now.
Sure.
Like your glasses now, it's like, I try to even stay away from people like that for real. 'Cause I'm like, I know what you're going through already. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done been through it. And like, and when you so deep on your peak, you're like, bro, you got a long way to go. Cause that ain't even it. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know that what you're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? You just protecting yourself so much and projecting this image of you. It's like, damn, bro, you ain't even close to who you even supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? And it's scary when you see it though. You're like, damn, this nigga really ego tripping for real. But it look as like being successful though. You know what I'm saying? I think our world has conformed to that, where we monetize success for real. Like that's the only thing is based on what you get to do financially, what you drive and all that. And it's like, bro, your soul ain't at peace for real. And you can see it by the actions though, by the people you like, by the things you like. You know what I'm saying? Like I be having conversations with people on Instagram, because we know we got a wide variety of friends, and the shit they be saying to me, I'm like, damn, bro, you really tired. Like you ain't fulfilled for real. And these people that got money and all that, but your conversations you have is like, damn, you ain't even there yet. Like you said, you got a bruised ego. You got, you know what I'm saying? Something got to heal for real.
And before
then you add people into that relationship, and now it's like,
and before we even go to the next topic, because I like monetizing that social currency, I think is an interesting topic. But I want to ask you again, just because I really enjoy your take. But somebody like Troy, because when you looked at me and was talking about how niggas be asking you for money, or used to ask you for money, or how you grew up kind of feeling like that was your role to do, and now your daughter is doing that.
Yeah.
If he was having this conversation with you, like what does that mean? How did that happen?
Patterns. So some things we pass down traits and things like for example, my dad loves bread. Like that is something that he was not born, like there was nothing in his DNA. I don't know if my grandpa liked bread, different stuff. Never really saw my dad eating bread until I got older, but my dad is a bread connoisseur. I love bread. I eat bread. And it's like me and him have sat and had conversations like, Dad, where does that come from? We don't know. And so that's a different topic, but like the same with that. Like she's young. She may not have ever seen him particularly do that, but that's just something that he has done. And now this is his daughter. It's innate traits that kind of fall down. And so I would, depending on what type of session that we're doing or how deep the situation is, I would bring them together and like have them to talk about it together and seeing, what is your perspective of giving, or where did you first learn to talking to her? Where did you first learn to like be so giving and all of that, and just seeing where that goes, and then hearing his perspective and allowing them to see together like the good and the bad of it. So I would take it there if I had a joint session with them.
I like that. I love the therapy piece of it. I already know mine come from my mama, and our relationship is crazy because she don't think nothing is wrong with our relationship, but I'm seeing where all of the holes are and why I am the way that I am because of how she grew. I mean, she grew up. I don't want to tell her business and like that, but a very traumatic situation.
Yeah,
like her raising a kid at 18. She, thank God I was a love baby. Like my parents was in love when they had me, 18 and 19 years old, but you had a lot of shit going on at home. Like you didn't have nowhere to stay. You staying with my grandma, who y'all not even getting along. So I don't know. It's just people I feel like really need to realize that mental health is important, and a lot of times you don't see mental issues. So it's not something that people feel like they need to get diagnosed.
Right.
But
and we've talked about this, like our culture, like the Black culture, like mental health has just been something that has come to the light, I would say, honestly, within the last 5 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, we were not talking about therapy that heavy. Like, men were not going to therapy. People, I even listen to some of my family members still, even with what I do, and they know what I do, it's still a very much like, unless something is really, really going on to the point that it's just like, oh my goodness, like therapy is still very taboo. So it may not be something that your mom is going to come out and just say, you know what, like this is a mental health issue, because we think crazy. Like the average Black person in a lot of spaces think like, oh, something going, like we say mental health now, but like, what did we used to say? Oh, this person retarded. Oh, this person, they crazy. They need to be in the psych ward. Like, all of that. So it's still that, even though we are in a generation of understanding the benefits of addressing those things, we are still so many years behind when it comes to it.
Yeah, I agree.